Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here for our Ecstatic Movement. And we're on week 8, where we're our 2-hour hybrid. And this is really a powerful week because we're focusing on the unconditional love for ourselves and taking pauses throughout the day to just be present and send our hearts love. And we're also in the pranamaya kosha, which is this expanded energy field, but it also sources from within. So this is really important to know that this pranamaya kosha is inside of us, this energy body, this sheath, this part of our being that we don't really learn about in traditional school. And we learn that we have a body because we can see it, but this pranamaya kosha is very real. It is when it leaves the body, that's when we pass the pranamaya kosha. If it's not in there, if this prana body is not inside of us, the physical body ceases to thrive. So this is life. This is the kosha, the pranamaya kosha of life, of prana, the energetic kosha. It's the vital sheath, the vital layer of our body. It's inside and all pervasive. It pervades every molecule, every atom, every cell, every molecule in our body. And the primary system that operates this, there's several. We know of the chakras, we know of the pranavayas, we know of the meridians. Probably there's more I can't think of right now, but the nadi system is a primary system that keeps this energy body thriving. It's the core system, and it has 72 nadis, 72,000 nadis that exist within this energy body inside of us. But the major nadis, we've gone over them, but I will repeat them again because this is our week on pranamaya kosha. The major nadis are the Ida is on the left, starts at the left side of the tailbone. It's the feminine. And the Pingala starts on the right side of the tailbone. It is the masculine. And they spiral up like a DNA helix. They spiral up the spine, connecting at each chakra along the spine. And the Sushumna, the third of the major chakras, the major nadi, comes from, really below the tailbone, and it comes energetically up the spine and above and out crown. And this is called the Green River. So let's begin our practice, and just taking a moment to really connect with your body, the physical body first, and notice, how's my body doing? And I'm going to invite you as you move through this practice. This is Ecstatic Movement. Get your own music on that inspires you and makes you want to move and makes you happy to move. Music that makes you feel good, that you're in the mood. You're in the mood today to listen to. And have some water with you. And remembering, you don't need to follow along with me. I might make some suggestions. I'll be moving and flowing with you. But this is a time for you to really move spontaneously. And we'll take some pauses to notice how that has affected these koshas in our body. The physical, annamaya kosha, the energy body, the pranamaya kosha, and the manamaya kosha. We'll even go into vijnanamaya kosha and anandamaya kosha. But those are the next few weeks. We're staying focused really on the pranamaya kosha today. So taking some time to get in your body and find that breath. We're going to do a little bit of breath work. We invite you to come back to center for just a minute. We're going to do a few 3-part yogic breaths. Then we'll move into Viloma, where we interrupt the 3-part yogic breath. But let's just begin with the 3-part yogic breath. This breathing and pranayama are the best ways to affect and balance the pranamaya kosha. Asana does too, but prana is the best pranayama exercises. Inhaling into your belly, the ribs, the chest. Pausing at the top, engaging the bandhas, feeling the energy build. And exhaling naturally when you're ready. Do one more together. And then I invite you to do some at your own pace. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, engaging the bandhas, and feel the energy build, the vitality, the life force. And exhaling when you're ready, and continuing at your own pace. 3-part yogic breath. We like to add a nice hold at the bottom of the breath with an engagement of the bandhas as you notice that dynamic energy field intensify inside you. It's also control, and tapas, the niyama we're focusing on this week, is about self-discipline, control, heat. So we're moving this week. Next week we're going to be in a yin week. And if you like to, take a nice deep inhale and then exhale 1/3 of your breath and hold. And a second third and hold. And the last third, just letting it go. Nice deep inhale. Moving into Viloma interrupted breath, pausing at the top, engaging the bandhas. Exhale 1/3 and hold. Pause. Another 1/3 and pause. And then letting it all out. And continuing with Viloma on the exhale for a few more breaths. And I invite you, if you'd like to, bring that Viloma into the inhale, inhaling into the belly, pause, into the ribs, pause, and into the chest, and pause. Engaging those bandhas. And then on the exhale, just letting it go. Inhaling into the belly, pause, the ribs, pause, and the chest. Pause. The energy build. And letting it go and continuing at your own pace, your own rhythm for a few more breaths. couple more breaths. See if you can engage those bandhas during those pauses. And one more breath. Beautiful. And as you bask in pranamaya kosha, the energy body, just checking in, noticing after that breath work what it feels like inside. What does this pranamaya kosha, this prana body, feel like? You moving into pratyahara will withdraw our attention from the external and we dive in to notice these inner bodies. Everything from pranamaya kosha to anandamaya kosha, all inside the annamaya kosha. And taking this time to make an intention for yourself and feeling those emotions and those visions, see them. And release that intention of the this or better, this or better, this or better. Coming back. And beginning to just move maybe some circles around. Keeping that breath flowing, maybe using that ujjayi breath. And as you wiggle around, moving your body, finding where you can maybe move a little more, maybe in the shoulders, the arms, a little more of your body into it. Maybe some twists, the energy. You might want to bring your legs out. Move into some forward fold action. You don't have to actually move into any pose, but you might want to. You might feel guided to move into a pose. Just keeping that breath flowing and moving consciously and mindfully in the body, noticing the sensations, feeling where your body wants to go. No particular routine, just honoring yourself, how your body wants to move. And your body might want to pause. Bring that love into the heart. Finding those pauses when they naturally arise. having fun in your body, enjoying. You may feel like you want to stand up already. Maybe you've been standing up the whole time and bouncing around, dancing. You can just do that. Just feeling into what the body needs and wants. And enjoying the process of moving in your body. See how present and conscious, mindful you can be in your body, the sensations. If you feel like moving into a table or some lunge rocks or getting up a little more up off the earth, you can do that. If you want to lay down into a child's pose and on your back, wiggle your legs. Keeping that Ujjayi breath flowing, activating that pranamaya kosha. Being aware of that energy inside you, that life force. And if you're in any type of pose and you're working one side, might feel just natural to work the other side as well. Play in the other side. Making any adjustments if you need a blanket under your knees, a block, strap, always offering that for yourself. Moving how the body wants to move, listening to that animal, physical part of yourself wants to move, and then noticing the pranic. How does the annamaya kosha want to move? How does that affect the pranamaya kosha? As you move the physical body. Anytime you might want to take a little pause, maybe in a child's pose or a down dog, just a mountain or savasana. And focus on bringing that love into your heart. And beginning, if you'd like to move a little higher up. Maybe a fourfold. Standing yoga nidra. And eventually hinging up or ragdolling up. If you'd like, that's calling to you. And begin by tapping that thymus. Feeling that thymus gland that helps to Keep that immunity healthy, telling it, stay awake, keep on the job, don't shrink, don't shrivel, we need you. Beautiful. And let's do some tapping of the body, skin, this organ of the skin, starting with the arms. Bring the energy and the prana into it just by tapping. Affects the whole prana body, invigorates it, energizes it. Prana body is the body of life. Tapping the skull, gentle on the face. Nice gentle butterfly tap. And massage those earlobes a little bit. Gentle on the neck, back in the front, back around. Thymus again, just moving down the body. Forget the feet. Beautiful, and a little twisting. You may be moving in a different way. Just moving the body in ways that feel good. So finding what feels good for you. These are just suggestions. And I'm going to suggest for this practice, we do a little bit of bouncing and shaking. I'm going to get a little bit of my drink. If you need a drink break at any time, grab your drink. So we're going to begin by gentle shaking. Bouncing. Bouncing. And gentle bounce with the body. You don't even have to come off the mat. Just bounce a little bit. In machines that shake you and bounce you, there's thousands of dollars, and you really can just do it yourself. If you want to add a little shaking of the arms, do that while you bounce. And start to maybe shake the legs a little bit. Just gentle bouncing. Maybe just shake and bounce. And the shoulders don't be that ragdoll. Little trot. Gentle bounce. Maybe add a little twist. Maybe a little kick. Still bouncing, kicking. You might want to do something with your arms. It's different. Still enjoying moving and bouncing in your body. Nice gentle bounce. And a couple minutes, and that's getting on. We're gonna actually increase our bounce a little more rigorous, not such a gentle bounce, but a little bit more active, where we actually can start to bounce and take those feet off the floor a little bit if we want. If it feels right in your body. If you want to bounce a little bit more, a little more rigorous. You can do some things with the feet, the arms. Get like you're doing a jumping jack. Do this for 2 minutes. If you want to get more rigorous, you can. Or if you want to slow down more, one foot and the other. Again, you can do a little kicking. Get that prana build up. Working that pranamaya kosha. About 30 more seconds. And starting to slow down. Moving back to that gentle bounce. Good job. Hopefully you got a little prana moving. You can start to just walk a little, maybe some twisting, maybe some shaking. Real nice shaking. Shaking out all that no longer serves. Shake in. Can begin with the hands and the arms. Just shaking it out. Any stuck energy, any trauma, any emotional wounding, emotional hurts, any vibrational energies don't serve us, suppress us. And then starting to get the shoulders, moving those shoulders, shaking the shoulders. Just gentle. Feet forward, back, one side, the other. Just moving those shoulders, shaking them out. Let the head gently hit into it, and be very careful about the head and the neck. Find your comfort place with your head. Just gently get the head into it. Start to get the torso and the legs. Get the whole body shaking a little bit. A little more. And start to focus on the legs for a minute. Just shake them with them on the mat. Just shake them as fast as you can. Getting rid of any toxicity, any stuckness, emotional trauma energy, vibrational blockages. Just moving the prana through it, letting that pranic body heal, the shaking and the moving, building prana. If you want to take a foot up and shake it, whole leg, one at a time, you can do that. Just shaking the whole body for 2 more minutes. We're just going to shake in ways that feel good. And you can even, if you'd like to, you can come down into a forward fold. And you can shake here. Find how you want to shake, what feels best for you. Keep the breath flowing, the prana moving. Maybe you have a little bouncing and shaking. Shaking out all that no longer serves. Enjoying it. And beginning to do a few more minutes here, just moving how you like to move before we go down to the floor. Some spontaneous movements, whatever feels good for you, feels right. Can't do this wrong. You're moving around your space a little more. Dancing. And in your final last movements, a little shorter movement today. And we're going to end up coming to a mountain and taking a pause here as we send that heart love and noticing the pranamaya kosha inside you. Dive in and bask in. Using your pratyahara, closing out all the stimulation from the external world and diving inward to that energy body, that pranamaya sheath, layer, kosha. Nadis, so 72,000 nadis in the Sushumna, Ida, and Pangam. Send in your heart one last big hug, unconditional love. You move into standing yoga mudra where we honor that heart, that which we truly are, that spiritual heart, that etheric heart. The head is lower than the heart. And breathe in your yoga mudra, sending love into your heart. And on your next exhale, releasing the hands, coming down onto the mat. We're going to move into our chi builder. Coming onto the mat, back on the floor, knees are up. And taking a moment to move into our hula, which is the sacrum, the buttocks, everything's flat on the earth, nothing lifts up. We're swiveling these hips. So my right hip is reaching down towards the heel, my left hip is reaching up towards my armpit. And then I swivel again. Now that right hip is reaching down towards the heel, and the left hip is reaching down towards the heel, and the right is reaching up to the armpit. And I'm going to swivel back and forth. So this is the motion we're going to use in our chi builder. We're going to go nice and slow right now. Now, everyone has a preference. Some people like to do chi builder with the knees up, and some people prefer the legs straight out. With just the hula, I find it easier with the knees up, but with the chi builder, sometimes it's nice to just relax those legs. The chi builder machines have you with your legs straight, and they take those feet and they move them. So it moves that sacrum and those hips. But we're going to, wherever you choose, whether the knees are up or down, we're going to begin to move a little bit faster in that hula. Still trying to continue to keep the same range of motion. Keeping the breath flowing. Noticing any sensations. And I'm going to invite you to go a little bit faster still. Beginning to move even faster and find a nice steady pace, as fast as is comfortable for you to move that hula, those hips. Letting the rest of the body naturally move a little bit. Everything loose. This is going to positively affect the nadi system, the Ida, Pingala, and the Sushumna. This activates it, brings a lot of life force energy into the prana system, the pranamaya kosha. See if you can keep it up for a little bit longer. Nice fast pace. Anytime you need to slow down or stop is fine. Just together, going to go a few more times, 20 more seconds. And beginning to slow down and start to find that nice slow pace. And you might want to change your knees and your legs. And if you want to naturally move into some hip pointers, into that. And before we move into cat-cow, take a moment to pause and notice the energy in your body. And then if you want to continue with some releases, cat-cow, flexion, extension of the spine. And taking those feet out wide, knees are up, but just dropping one at a time into the middle, single knee drop. Keeping that breath flowing. You might be moving back and forth from one release to the other. Releasing this low back. The last release is double knee drop. Feeling that. Those knees drop over to one side. The upper leg lifts up. slowly comes over, and the lower leg will follow. Making any last movements, maybe bringing those knees into the chest one last time before we move into Savasana. As you get into your Savasana pose, maybe getting a little blanket or something for under your knees, whatever you need, an eye pillow. Taking this moment to pause. Bring that unconditional love into yourself. And notice that pranamaya kosha inside you. A dynamic energy field. Bringing love to that pranamaya kosha. That aliveness. And resting in Savasana as you allow all aspects of your being to integrate and allowing that pranamaya kosha, unconditional love, to integrate and deepen and vitalize. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Noticing that pranamaya kosha. Pulsing, vibrating, energy moving, flowing, trembling. And then wiggling the fingers and the toes. Stretching out the arms and the legs. And moving over to one side. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. And taking this moment now to check in once again. Checking with the Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. Feel the earth supporting you. And moving deeply into the Pranamaya Kosha. Noticing the aliveness. Using that pratyahara, the 8 limbs, to close out the external world and dive in, bask in, absorb, completely absorbed by the inner universe. And bring yourself back to that intention. Take a moment to bask in those emotions. See it vividly in your mind's eye. And releasing that intention with a this or better. And we conclude with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste.